So, Vechain to verify the authenticity of non-genuine Nike shoes. This is kind of unbelievable, guys. As we know, earlier this year, Vechain developed a partnership with Sam's Club China. So now for them to be doing the same use case on Nike shoes is pretty unbelievable. This is a really interesting read. I have a couple other interesting things for you guys as well. So here we have financial giant SBI launching crypto asset fund featuring 50% XRP allocation. As we know, SBI does have a longer term ties with Ripple. So to see them do this isn't surprising, but it is great to see them working with Ripple further, that they still believe in XRP. They're starting a crypto asset fund. So that is really good news. And we also have some news on Zuckerberg. So he's bleeding billions as companies boycott Facebook. I think he's lost like 7 to 8 billion overnight because companies just aren't advertising. And the way Facebook makes money, for those of you who don't know, is by advertising. I believe that is their biggest and main income source. So if people are not advertising on Facebook, Facebook is not really making much money at all. We'll also go into the price. As you guys know, Bitcoin's tanking. It's at it's actually up a little bit. It's at 9,100. But we'll go over our fear and greed indexes, our market sentiment. I'll show you guys the charts a little bit, but let's start right here. And then before we start, if you guys could like the video, that would help me a ton. It helps boost it in the YouTube algorithm. So smash that like button. And with that said, let's get into this bullish Vechain news and how they're tracking non-Nike shoes. So an Australian custom shoemaker, Chase Shield, and retailer The Kickstands is using Vechain to verify the authenticity of its licensed Nike shoes. As the shoe market is the hardest hit by product piracy, in a new collaboration with a shoemaker, Vechain will help in verifying the authenticity of non-genuine Nike shoes. The manufacturer has been on the market for 10 years, known for its high quality and innovative spirit. The use of Vechain blockchain will ensure that all products are 100% authentic. Vechain to protect branded shoes from counterfeiting. On June 24th, the Kickstands announced the upcoming limited release of the Air Max 1 inspired shoes with a Twitter post that officially announced it would use the Vechain toolchain suite and Thor blockchain to protect its branded shoes from counterfeiting. Redditor Nopers5 believes the blockchain firm is angling to get a call from Nike proper once they spot Vechain's work with licenses. He says, "This is the best strategy by Vechain. Target the small shoe companies that have released Nike licensed products, and maybe eventually Nike comes calling." In November of 2019, the Australian shoemaker also revealed that they were partnering with Vechain. Previously, Sarah Naba, vice president of the Vechain Foundation for Southeast Asia, confirmed the upcoming cooperation, illustrating that Vechain's Chase Shield will attach chips that will allow customers and retailers to access detailed product information by scanning a QR code. This will further ensure that all information is stored securely and unalterably on the blockchain. Yeah, guys, so basically how this works is there's a QR code, and you could scan the QR code with something like your phone, and it will basically bring up everything that's on the blockchain, all of the immutable, non-destroyable, verifiable information, so you can make sure that your product is actually the product that you're buying, that you're not buying some fake Chinese garbage from China, or that you're not buying some counterfeited product. And make sure that the product you're buying is actually genuine and you're not getting ripped off. And it basically, again, another example of blockchain technology taking the trust out of equations. And check this out, guys. So this lists some other partnerships. So at the start of June, it was announced that Sam's Club China-based subsidiary of Walmart has partnered with blockchain-based supply chain management platform Vechain to trace food products sold by the shopping chain. Vechain also announced its partnership with China's Shenzhen Yongtai Foods Company that will allow Shenzhen to track pork products distributed by the retailer's subsidiary Majida Fresh Foods. Last month in May, the world's top e-commerce firm Amazon has also filed a patent for a blockchain system that tracks goods as they move on the supply chain. The tracking solution would ensure that customer goods that are sold on its e-commerce site are authentic. The fashion brand H&M appears to have partnered with the blockchain platform Vechain to provide detailed supply chain tracing data to customers. So guys, Vechain this isn't just one partnership. This is one of many. They have their head down. It seems as though they're working, and the price of their coin is also paying off as well. If you guys like daily cryptocurrency news like you're getting here today, make sure you subscribe to the channel, where I make a video like this daily. And if you guys could like the video, that would be amazing. For prices today, as I said, we have Bitcoin at 9,100. 200, Ethereum's at 225, XRP is at 17 cents. We have a 7-cent Cardano, Chainlink at 456. Let's go check out Vechain. Vechain's at 0.0087, basic attention token at 26. Basic attention token is actually doing pretty good despite the pullback. Our fear and greed index is at 40. And if we take a look at this chart, guys, I have a Heikin-Ashi chart, and as we can see, we are just starting to kind of sell off. We're kind of making this rounded top here, so just kind of adds the fuel to the fire, adds fuel to the scenario that Bitcoin is probably going to come down. And the more I look at this chart, the more I see that Bitcoin is probably going to come down, even just based off support / resistances. As we can see, we're closing daily candle bodies below our main resistance. So I drew two resistance lines, one from just the tops of the wicks, and as we can see, we're nowhere even near that. And then I did this one to be a lot more generous. This one I just tried to get as much price action as I could, try to make all these touch so we have some that overlap. So if we just use this one, we can see we're not even in the range between anymore, and now we're below this major resistance. We can see each time we've been rejected, and the fact that we're rejecting now, we are closing daily candle bodies below this. And if we pull up a weekly chart, we can see it even better. I'm pretty sure, yeah guys, if we look at this, I'm pretty sure that we are closing weekly candles below. So, and again, guys, this is Heikin-Ashi, so this is kind of tracking the momentum. So as we can see, last time we came up to this resistance, we had that Heikin-Ashi positive momentum upwards. We hit it, and we have the momentum downwards. We've just had our recent momentum upwards, and now we're starting to turn with that negative momentum. And also, if you guys don't know, our Ichimoku cloud is also flipped bearish. It's flipped into the red. So things just look like the positive momentum is waning, and we should get a good pullback. And I see this pullback as an opportunity. I'm looking to accumulate. I'll be looking to accumulate some more Bitcoin, probably within this range here. If Bitcoin drops down anywhere into there, I would see that as a blessing. But that's it for the chart today, guys. There's really not much. We've just been in this range like we've been showing, and we're starting to close the weekly candles below this. We'll see where we close this weekly candle. If we get a bearish engulfing candle here, if we close this weekly bearish engulfing, I think that would be a good sign that we are going to get this pullback that we've been waiting for. Let's get into this. So financial giant SBI launching crypto asset fund featuring 50% XRP allocation. So Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings says it plans to create a new crypto asset fund that features a 50% allocation to Ripple's native token XRP. In a new briefing, that financial giant says the crypto asset fund is expected to launch in the coming months. According to SBI, the fund is designed to allow its clients to gain exposure to the unique and emerging asset class. They say, providing individual investors with a crypto asset fund that embodies the resource of the SBI group. Crypto assets which have a low correlation to traditional assets such as stocks, bonds, etc., enhance the effectiveness of diversification. So 50% is going to XRP, and the other half of the fund will feature 30% into Bitcoin and 20% into Ethereum. So we basically have a 50, 30, 20 allocation split. SBI Alternative Investments will be in charge of creating and handling the fund in partnership with an anonymous entity. SBI Securities and Money Plaza will be responsible for the sales of the fund shares to individual investors. SBI's crypto trading operation, SBI VC Trade, will be maintained custody of the crypto assets. SBI is a long-time Ripple partner, invested in the San Fran startup back in 2016. So guys, that is interesting to see SBI offering a fund, and what I'm most bullish about is that XRP is making up the bulk of that fund, 50%. And if they're going to start a fund, the main allocation is probably going to be towards a coin that they think is going to perform the best, right? If they believed that Bitcoin or Ethereum were going to perform better than XRP, would you not put Bitcoin or Ethereum as the main allocation? So just to me, just from a speculative, this is just speculation, I think them putting 50% allocation toward XRP means that they know that XRP has a good chance at outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's just speculation. I don't even know if that's my opinion. Just something that I'm seeing. Because why else would you do that? I always try to look at things through the minds of other people. So I try to put myself in their shoes. And in my shoes, if I was to start a crypto asset fund, I want most of my allocation to what's going to make the largest ROI. But that's just me. So with that said, let's get into this. Zuckerberg is bleeding billions. So social media giant Facebook lost billions of dollars yesterday after Coca-Cola and a number of other companies paused their advertising on social media. Could this reduce interest in the Facebook-led stablecoin Libra? In a bid to tackle hate speech and racism on the platform, the soft drinks company announced Friday that it would pause all advertising on social media for 30 days. So they say, we will take this time to reassess our advertising policies to determine whether revisions are needed. That's coming from the CEO of Coca-Cola, James Quincy. He also says, we also expect greater accountability and transparency from our social media partners. Coca-Cola, along with Hershey's, Levi's, Honda, and Unilever, are among the 90 companies, guys, who boycotted the social media platform as part of Stop Hate for Profit. Now, guys, Coca-Cola, Hershey's, Levi's, Honda, these are massive companies, and I'm sure they spend a large deal of money with Facebook. So, you have a lot of like little guys who spend money on Facebook, running little Facebook ads for little, e-commerce stores and things like that. But these major, this is bulk of Facebook's income. Facebook doesn't really care if you're not selling T-shirts on their platform. What the money they're really after is this big money, this Coca-Cola, Honda money. So when that stops pouring in, Facebook could be in a world of hurt if advertisers really start walking away. So Stop Hate for Profit was launched by U.S. civil rights groups after the death of African-American George Floyd. He argues that Facebook has had a catastrophic effect on society because it allows racist, violent, and verifiably false content on its platform. I don't know, guys. Like, if you think about it from our standpoint, right? We're in the crypto space. Many of us are all about decentralization. And as we go into this article, you'll see Facebook now it's almost like companies are forcing Facebook to govern its content. I think no matter what, you're always going to get the bottom of the barrel type people, right? You're always going to get racist. You're just going to get those bottom of the barrel type people no matter where you are, no matter social media or real life. And I honestly, I don't really know what the right move is. I do know though that how much do you want Facebook to encroach on your free speech? Is it worth having these trolls and we can just kind of block them and let them go and we have our decentralization, we have our free speech? Or do we really want Facebook to take a totalitarian approach and censor things that are wrong? Racism is 100% wrong. It's just that we know what happens when companies get a lot of power. You can start censoring things that are actually good, but then they could take it too far and they start censoring your free speech. So my only concern is I just want to find a middle ground. I hate racists just as much as the next guy, but I also don't want to give large companies or government or anything like that too much control, if that makes sense. Facebook, which also owns WhatsApp and Instagram, then took a battering as other companies followed suit as part of a campaign. The company's shares fell by 8.3%, and Mark Zuckerberg lost $7.2 billion of his fortune. Come on, guys, that is insane. Imagine losing $7.2 billion of your fortune overnight. But at the same time, it's only 8.3% of your net worth. But more companies could, follow Coca-Cola. This could become a trend. And then what's to say, Mark Zuckerberg losing, 25 billion. Now that's 20% of his net worth. We really don't know. Or this could just be a big ploy and the companies after 30 days start advertising again. So Facebook has also come under constant criticism for the way it handles disinformation. The platform has announced this year that it would start using an oversight board to independently govern its content. And that's what I was talking about, guys. So if they're going to actually have a board that is going to govern its content, how far are they going to go? We know Facebook is already suppressing certain types of content. I guess we'll see where all of this ends up. I don't really have any control. I don't really have any say. So at this point, we're all just pretty much watching from the sidelines. But that's basically it. They go into talk a little bit about Libra and how this could affect Libra. Basically that, if companies aren't advertising on aren't advertising on Facebook, then they're probably not going to use a currency from Facebook like Libra. That's basically what they go on to say. But with that said, guys, that is the news for today. So interesting news nonetheless. We have bullish stuff coming from Vechain, bullish stuff coming for XRP, and Zuckerberg is losing money at the moment. So the world is weird right now. Who would have predicted that Zuckerberg would lose 8% of his fortune overnight. That is insane. With that said, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, hey, consider subscribing. I produce a video like this daily going over crypto news, prices, market sentiment, and keeping you in the loop of what is going on. With that said, if you guys could like the video for me one last time before we depart here, and I hope you guys all have a great day. I will see you all on tomorrow's video.